Guys, so in this video, we're going to talk about the iron mindset, or just having a good mindset in general. Now, the key takeaway here is you don't have to be a victim. You don't have to have a victim mindset because that shit isn't going to get you anywhere. The main things we have to focus on is integrity and being honest with yourself. So number one, be honest with your fucking self. If you wake up in the morning and you say, hey, I'm gonna go to the fucking gym, well, you better fucking do it, because if you don't do it, well, guess what? You're lying to yourself. What does lying to yourself do? What makes you less confident? What makes you less confident? And your fucking mindset is shortened. So basically what happens is when every time you lie to yourself, every single time, you throw small bits of doubt in your mind, knowing that basically you can't do it. Say the night before, you say, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna work out and I'm gonna stop being a fucking fat fuck. When you wake up in the morning, you better go and do it, because if you don't, then you're lying to yourself. And what happens when you lie to yourself? You're not gonna feel good. Maybe consciously you don't, but subconsciously, you are going to be that person, the one that says they're gonna do something, but doesn't fucking do it. And guess what? No one is gonna wanna be around that person. Think about it in business. If you say you're gonna do something, you better fucking do it, because if you don't, well, guess what? Your customer is gonna look at you, or your client, and they're gonna look at you like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? I thought you were gonna do this, this, and this, and I paid you this. Why are you not doing it? And therefore, you got to deal with disputes and, people getting pissed off and all that shit. So that's the first thing. You guys, when you say you're gonna fucking do something, you're gonna do it. Like when I talk to Marco and Kiwa, and we talk about, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, this, this. All of us have the same exact expectation, all of us three, to do that. If you don't fucking do it, well, you're lying to yourself. Because if you guys lie to yourself, that's a build of character. When you say you're going to do something, you have to do it. That's how you build your character. Character is a very, very important human trait. There's very, very little few people in the world today that have character. If you have a good character, you're gonna go very, very far. That's why me, Marco, and Kibo, when we say we're gonna do something, we're gonna do it. And guess what? Saying that and doing that has got us here. Maybe for some of you guys on the other side of the camera, you've been thinking about doing this or, whatever the fuck it is, but you don't do it. And that's because your character is fucked. Now, whether that be from past traumas or experiences, or maybe even your parents have distilled, that identity into you, you have to change out of that, and you can easily change out of it. But what's gonna start is small little wins every single day. So if you wake up and you say, yeah, I'm not gonna eat fucking seed oils today, you better do it. At least do it for one day and see how far you get. Because if you can do that for one day, why can't you do it the next? So just start taking small little wins, start taking small little action steps to actually get towards their goal. This is very, very important, behind the fucking iron mindset is what I'm gonna call it. So that's the first thing. You gotta be honest with yourself. Second, you guys have to take absolute responsibility and ownership for yourself. If you guys are not taking the responsibility and ownership for yourself, well, I don't know what to tell you. So it's gonna be ownership of self. Or I guess you could say absolute responsibility over yourself. Now, what do I actually mean by responsibility over yourself? If something goes wrong in your life, you can't blame this, that. It's all your fault. And you guys got to remember that every single thing that you do that doesn't go in your way is somehow your fault. And now, obviously, there is some instances in life where stuff is just completely out of your control. Completely. If some fucking plane came over and hit this fucking building, I can't control that. But for most things, you guys can fucking control. Most thing you guys can control. And what that kind of looks like is your fucking circumstances, or your money, the girls you talk to, the fucking car you drive. Everything is your fault. If you're not driving the fucking car you want, then that's your fault. If you're not fucking the bitch you want, then that's your fault. If you guys aren't making the amount of money that you want, well, that's your fault. It's strictly your fault. So how are we going to, take accountability for ourselves? Well, you got to start thinking in a way where everything is your fault. So, for me, I was fucking mad, and I'd see the guys online, and, they'd be driving fucking supercars in Miami and around the world, traveling around the world, making thousands upon thousands of fucking dollars online. It pissed me off. And I was like, what do they have over me? Well, like, how are they better than me? They're not. I know they're not. Because I know I'm the fucking shit. So it's like, well, I'm just gonna go grab it for myself. And that's exactly what I did, okay? That's exactly what you guys have to do. You have to take accountability for yourself. Because if you're not driving the car you want, or you're not with the girl you want, you're not in the place you want, or you're not traveling, you're not making the amount of money you want, it's your fault. You guys can easily change the outcome of your reality if you just take action upon yourself and say, yeah, this is my fault. I'm driving the shitty Honda because, whatever it is. I'm not making this amount of money because it's, my fault. You guys got to understand that. So how are you going to take action? Well, if you're working a 9 to 5 or whatever it is, that's fine. Do it. You guys are going to learn a little bit about, 9 to 5 really fucking sucks. I fucking hated that shit. I used to be a busser, actually. I used to bus tables, clean off the tables after people would eat. Probably the most downgraded fucking service in the world. Like actually like some peon shit. That was fucking terrible. So that's what I used to do. And I used to work at Subway too. So that shit was ass. But when I was in there and the people I saw walk through that door, I was like, well, look at this person, look at this person, look at this person, look at this person, look at this person. They're all the fucking same. And they're all fucking fat. They're fat. They're the same. Holy shit, bro. And they're cooked. They're mentally cooked. I just know that I'm smarter. And that's not an egotistical way. I just know that I'm fucking very, very intelligent. So And that's what I was thinking, when I was working these jobs. I was like, fuck this shit. Like, why the fuck am I here? Why do I have to build wealth for this, this guy that's at the top of the branch? Think of the CEO of Subway. I think he gives two shits about me working, building the fucking sub sandwiches and giving it to these guys? No, he doesn't give a shit. But one day when I was busting tables, I saw a guy and he had a Patek on. This is in Minnesota. It's not really that wealthy. I mean, not really, especially in like the small towns, like fucking Rosemount. I saw this guy with a Patek on. I looked at him and I was like, he fucking dresses nice. He's fit. He looks pretty smart. He has a nice watch. And I was like, wow, it's pretty fucking sick. I want that shit. And he had a nice girl beside him, right? And I was like, damn, I want to be like this guy. That's fucking sick. You know what I mean? Like, so basically the main point to take away from this is you have to be the driver of your life. I could have been in that restaurant and I could have looked at him from a different lens, and I could have been like, oh, this guy, he came from rich parents, he's stuck up, he's a dickhead, he has too much confidence. I could have said all that shit. And maybe he did come from a rich family. I have no idea. But instead of looking at him and judging him and being like, oh, fuck this guy, he's rich, fucking tax him more, I looked at myself. I was like, oh, bro, dude, I could fucking make money like this guy too, bro. Like, watch me fucking do it. Like, why the fuck am I here? That's what I was thinking. And that's what I think with some of you guys. You guys don't understand how easy it is to make money online. Like, for instance, I'll go downstairs of this apartment and there's Rolls Royces, there's fucking Ferraris. There was a fucking Bugatti downstairs, parked below our apartment building like 2 weeks ago. Crazy amounts of wealth here. But what I see is there's a few restaurants connected to our building and whatnot. And it's not like I'm judging anyone, but I'm just saying from a mental standpoint, these people every day take out the garbage in our apartment complex from the back of the restaurant. They see all the nice cars. They see the young guys with the money, just like me, Marco Kiwa, all these other people out here. They see them. Do you think they think or second guess in their mind? Maybe some of them do and take action, but most of them won't. Most of them won't. Most people will look at that person and say, oh, he got lucky. He took the easy way out. He's a scammer. Shit like that. Oh, it's a rented car. Fucking bullshit. Complete fucking bullshit. And that's the mental trap some of you guys are in, and that's what's going to keep you stuck forever. Because if you keep thinking like that, well, to be honest, you're never going to create wealth. You will never create wealth. Now, on top of that, you guys need to have confidence. This is a big fucking thing. Confidence. I'm probably spelling that wrong, but who cares? Competence. You guys have to have confidence. You guys have to have belief, and you have to have a strong identity. So you guys got to remember you are the man and you deserve everything that you have. For me, I know I'm the fucking shit, and I know I deserve everything I fucking have now. For me, do I have a Bugatti yet? No. Do I want one? Yes, of course, but I got to become the man first to have the Bugatti. So you guys have to have confidence in your fucking self. You have to know your identity, and you have to know, yeah, I'm the fucking shit. For me, back in high school, I had no confidence. I was not on the best, fucking hockey team or whatever the fuck it was. And that lowered it. I'm not gonna lie, that lowered it. I didn't really have anything going for me. I wasn't the best in anything. I was just kind of there. I was just kind of roaming around, to be honest, right? And I had no confidence. I fucking hated it. And I was like, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make something of myself. I'm gonna go get me some money, and then I'm gonna print, and I'm gonna be the fucking shit. And guess what happened? Before I became here, guess the man I had to become. I had to have the identity of Zeke Hemmila making $100K a month in a Miami fucking penthouse, driving a nice car. That's the identity I had to instill in my mind before I achieved it. So this is very, very important. You guys have to have confidence in yourself. You have to know what you actually want. You have to know what you want. And it has to be very, very clear in your mind. If it's not clear in your mind, well, it's probably not going to play out in reality. For me, I know exactly what I want. I know the exact house I want, the exact woman I want in my life. I know the exact car I want. I know the exact watch I want. I know the exact, family I want. The amount of kids that I want, every single thing to the minute fucking detail. I know what I want. It's very clear in my mind. Some of you guys, you have a very, very clear vision of what you don't want, but you have a very, dim or not a very big vision of what you do want. So you guys got to make it super, super clear of what you actually want. Then that's going to actually play out into your reality. Confidence is a big fucking thing. Main thing, you guys got to think big. If you say, oh, it's going to take me a year to get to 10K a month. What? No, that's retarded. Guys in our fucking program make over $10,000 in the first 30 days of working with us. We had Fabian make over 20K his first 30 days. Ashi make over 35, 40K in their first 30 days with us. These guys had the identity and said, I am going to make this amount of money in this amount of time easily. They could have said a year. They could have said, oh, it's going to take me a year to get to 30K a month. Well, guess what? It probably would have took them a year. But if you said, no, I have the confidence now and I have the delusion, I don't even care if it sounds a little bit weird, but I know I'm going to make 30K within the next 30 days easily. Or I'm going to make over 20K within the next 30 days. I got that shit. When you actually say it and you believe it and you do the inputs, it is impossible to fail. It is literally impossible to fail. It doesn't make sense how an 18-year-old can, go through life with no college degree and make over $20,000 in their first 30 days of business in an online business. That doesn't even make any sense. When most of you guys go to college for over 4 years and can't even get that salary. It's fucking ridiculous. And these guys have no prior experience. So it's ridiculous the amount of money you can make so young if you have the inputs, you do the amount of inputs, the volume, and you're in the vehicle. So super important, confidence. You guys got to wake up, waking up out of bed knowing that you're the fucking shit. When I wake up out of bed, I just know like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna fucking kill this day. I know who I am. I'm gonna close these sales calls. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna record a YouTube video. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna eat healthy. I'm gonna do, like, I literally know what I have to do every single morning. And I wake up with so much energy because I have so much to do. Like, for instance, I don't get how some people can be like depressed. Like, actually, I don't get it. There's no time for me to be sad. There's no time for me to be depressed. Or like that girl in fucking college or whatever the fuck it is. Who gives a shit? Fuck her. She's probably a whore anyways. It doesn't even matter. Gonna fuck hella guys. It doesn't matter. It really does not matter at the end of the day. What you guys got to know in your mind is the confidence aspect. Every day I wake up, because I used to wake up and be afraid at life. I used to be afraid. And now I wake up, I'm like, nah, I'm the fucking shit. And I put my fucking chest out. I know who I am. That's how you guys have to act. If you're not acting with confidence and you're not acting, with authority, then everybody's gonna look down on you. They're not gonna respect you. For me, I know the fucking respect I deserve because I had to become the man that deserved that respect. For some of you guys, you're like, well, why don't I have respect? Why do people, talk down on me, all this shit? Well, it's because you haven't become the man yet that has the confidence to deserve the respect. Think about it. If there's some fucking skinny little fuck down there on the street and, he has no confidence at all, walks with his head down, he's gonna get pushed around. But me, if I go down there and I walk around and I have my chest high and I know who the fuck I am and I have confidence in myself, I'm making a lot of money and I just went to the gym, I'm wearing nice clothes, some nice, expensive clothes, cashmere, I know that I'm the fucking shit. Now, what I'm saying here is it doesn't mean you have to get nice clothes to be confident. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is that when you do the inputs that are bettering your life and you know who the fuck you are and you're confident in yourself, well, people are going to respect you. And self-respect comes from that. If you guys have self-respect for yourself, you're going to try to be the best human possible. You're going to make sure your body is fit. You're going to eat clean food. You're going to work out, like I already said. You're going to make a fuck ton of money. You're going to buy nice things. What I have on now, this gives me confidence because it's brand new. The sweatshirt here is like $2,500. Now, some of you might be looking at me like, why the fuck would you spend $2,500 on a Dior sweatshirt? It's ridiculous. Well, it's because I can. It's because it feels good. I feel wealthy putting it on. I feel rich. Just being honest, I feel rich. I feel good because it's cashmere. It's nice. Not a lot of people can own shit like this. That's why I like wearing it. And this comes from a confidence piece. It all stems from confidence every single time. But anyways, you guys got to make sure your work ethic and your integrity is on point, or having heart, essentially. So work ethic. You guys got to go. You probably are going to go through some pain and some persistence. That's normal. It's normal for everybody. You think every entrepreneur got here without going through, fucking hours of work every single day? No, they had a fucking grind for it. They had to. There was no other option. Just how I'm explaining to you guys on this camera, I've literally got 4.5 hours of sleep last night. I hit the gym. I fucking got my car tags renewed. And I already took a couple sales calls, how to respond to DMs, how to take a call with my setters. What else did I have to fucking do? Do a story post, make sure my reels are going out on my Instagram account. Now talking to you guys, and I have a sales call in 12 minutes here that I'm gonna close for over $3,000. And then I have more fucking calls the rest of the night. And then I still have to do, what else do I have to do? Fucking crypto. And what else? There's just hella shit I have to do every single day. This goes back to, there's no time to be sad. There's no time to be depressed. There's no time. There's literally no time for me to do that shit. But anyways, guys, work ethic, okay? Super important. Your work ethic is on fucking point. You guys got to be working every single day. It does not matter. Do you think I take days off? You think he would take days off? You think Marco takes days off? No. I mean, do we have fun while we work? Yes. That's why we don't need to take days off. For me, I work and I have fun at the same time. At night, if I want to go for driving the car, or I want to go on a yacht, I want to go travel, I can do that because my work is remote and I can do my work anywhere. So for instance, if I'm on the fucking yacht and I'm having a good time, but I need to respond to some DMs, I can because I have my phone here. This is my work. My computer is my work. So if I'm traveling or I'm on a plane and I have the fucking Wi-Fi, I can work on the plane. I can work in fucking Marbella if I want to. I can work in Dubai. This is what I'm saying. Work ethic. You guys are always fucking constantly working. You can still have fun. Don't get me wrong. It's still good to have fucking fun wine. That's fine. It's perfectly fine because eventually it's going to get too much. You guys need to do some fucking fun shit in your life. I'm not saying don't have fun, but you need to have a work ethic because if your work ethic is not there, then everything is fucked. So basically what I try to focus on is deep work. If you guys could do deep work for 3 to 4 hours, that's going to be better than not deep work and you guys work 10 to 15 hours a day. So work ethic is very, very important. Now, what you guys also got to do is go super, super hard while other people fucking rest, okay? What I mean by this is if everybody's going to sleep for 7-8 hours a night, sleep 4. sleep 5 hours instead. That's what me, Marco, and Kiwa sleep roughly every night. And it's fine. It's fun because I have so much energy from the amount of shit I'm doing every day, the amount of money I am making every single day, the amount of shit I have to do every single day, that I don't want to sleep. I literally do not want to sleep. I do not want to go to bed at night because I think it's a waste of time. So work ethic is super important. Like for instance, me, Marco, and Kiwa, we're in Dubai in like March, and every single day we were working, driving supercars, we were going to the Palm, we're in the Dubai mall, buying some shit, we'd close a sales call for 3K, an hour later spend 2.5K on a sweatshirt or whatever the fuck it was, or 500 at dinner. This is why it's fun. This is why it's fun, because you can do whatever the fuck you want. You could literally do whatever the fuck you want. That's why it's fun. Now, I'm not saying blow all of your money. I'm not saying to do that, but I'm saying with the money that you make, what's the point of making money if you can't spend it? What's the point? So work ethic is super fucking important. So also what you guys got to do, okay, is you got to be strategic. You got to think a little bit. You can't just be a fucking retard and do business. You got to do some thinking. Very, very important. You guys got to use thinking, just not brute force. What I mean by this is thinking about the inputs you're putting in. Let's say you're sending out 3,000 emails a day, and you get one booking from 3,000 emails that you send out for a marketing agency, essentially to get a fucking chiropractor through the door to sell them. Okay, that's an example. By the way, don't go into chiropractors. They're fucking shit to work with. But guys, besides the point, you send out 3,000 SMS and you get one meeting. That doesn't mean send out 6,000 SMS tomorrow and get 2 meetings. Oh fuck, I can't say that. Don't send out 3,000 emails and get 1 meeting. So let's say you guys send out 3,000 emails and you get 1 meeting from that. The next day, it doesn't mean send out 6,000 emails and get 2 meetings. It's retarded. That's stupid. What you have to do is you have to fix the system. So obviously the system is broken. It doesn't mean just, oh, more. No, you guys got to fix the system. Why is the email not sending? Is it going to the spam box? Is the email not formatted correctly? Is the offer bad? Is my wording bad? You guys got to figure that out. So what I mean by that is thinking very, very smart. I feel like the wind is like strong and the shit might fucking fall off the set. So anyways, guys, what I was saying is I don't want this to fall off. It's like fucking tipping over. That would have been terrible. This whole thing falls off the balcony. Oh my God. Anyways, guys, you guys got to do some thinking. You got to be logic on what you're doing. You guys got to have numbers, okay? So what I mean by that is having KPIs. So yeah, I send out this much fucking emails a day, and I get this much positive replies, and I get this much bookings. Figure out what the numbers are there, figure out your KPIs, and then improve from there. So let's say you send out 3,000 fucking emails a day, and from those 3,000 emails, you guys get 30 bookings. But out of those 30 bookings, none of them show up. Well, obviously, your bottleneck here is the fucking show up rate. Whatever you have in process to remind people of these meetings, or following up with them, or giving them value, or giving them a reason to join the call. People join calls because they think you're important. That's why they're going to join the call. So when you got to make sure your prospect understands that, so your show up rate is good. Then you'd be like, well, I found the bottleneck. It's a fucking show up. The show up rate is fucking dog shit. So once I fix that, then I can fix how am I closing these people, my conversion rate. And then once you have that all dialed in, then you go back to step one. Well, do I send out more emails, or do I just fix the copy and split test it and make it better to see if I can make it better, to see if I can send out 3,000 SMS and get 60 bookings instead of. That's how you guys got to actually think about this, okay? So thinking in a strategic way. Also, you guys have to be mentally controlling your emotions. Now, for most men in the world nowadays, it's a little hard to do, and that's just because the fucking bullshit you guys eat, the habits you guys have, and honestly, really the paradigms that your family and your parents and other people have placed on you as a little kid. That's just the unfortunate reality. You think if I grew up, let's just say with who's a good example, Andrew Tate. Let's say Andrew Tate, I was fucking raised by Andrew Tate. You think I would have limiting beliefs about money or whatever the fuck it is? Probably not. But for some of you guys are gonna have limiting beliefs because maybe it's your parents or someone else that told you all your life, oh, money doesn't grow on trees, or we can't afford that, that's too expensive, shit like that. This is going to go into your subconscious mind, and you guys gotta learn how to control that. Also, with emotions of feeling stressed, you guys are going to learn how to handle stress and how to you guys are going to learn how to handle stress. You guys are gonna learn how to handle stress and all these other negative emotions as you go through business. This is how you grow. The anxiety or the stress is not going to go away. It's going to be there, but it's how well you fucking handle it. There was a time when I started my agency. I first started it, and I would wake up every morning with fear. I would be so scared for no reason. I was like, why the fuck am I scared? I didn't even know why. I was just scared. I don't know if I was anxious because I was like, fuck, I gotta go, I gotta make money, I gotta do this, I gotta go as fast as I can. I don't know if that was it. But I would wake up every morning with a crazy amount of fear and anxiety. And I was like, why the fuck am I feeling this? It It fucking sucked. And then I learned to work through that because I just learned to, go through the days. I got fucking used to it. And I just had the belief that it had to work. Because if it didn't work, I'm going through all this stress, all this fucking mental agony. And I told everybody that I was going to do this for nothing then if I fucking quit. So I had to make it work. But anyways, guys, besides the point, 6, I don't think you guys could even see this. Let me go on this side. Well, here, actually, I don't want this to fucking fall. I'm going to get a fucking eraser. Chirac just cut this part out. Where's everyone else? Bat. So 6, emotion control. Emotional control. Emotional control. Some of you guys cannot fucking control your emotions for shit. There's one inconvenience in your life and you guys get all worked up about it. You have to learn to chill out. There is literally fires that happen in my day fucking daily. Daily. There's fucking bullshit that happens all the time. I'm like, bro, who cares? That's the thing of business. There's gonna be shit that happens. There's gonna be a client that disputes. There's gonna be a client that gets mad over some shit that you can't control. Or, oh, I want to change the ads to this. And there's gonna be stuff that happens every single day. You guys are just gonna have to work through. There's going to be literal stress that you guys are going to face every single day, and you're gonna have to work through it. I have to jump on a sales call, Chirac. So let me see if this guy actually joins. Hold on. Guys, so while we wait for this fucking retard to join, okay, we're gonna finish everything. Okay, so emotional control, like I was mentioning, this is a very, very important trait of having a strong fucking mindset, an iron mindset. Emotional control. There's gonna be days where you're gonna wake up and you're not gonna wanna do anything. You're gonna feel like shit. You're not gonna wanna go to the gym or whatever the fuck it is. You're not gonna wanna take that sales call. And I get that, I feel that too. But the difference between why people win and why people fucking lose is because I'm gonna fucking do it. I just do it. I tell myself I'm going to do it and then I do it. So emotional control is very, 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 very important. So basically like managing your fear, ego, doubt, learning how to manage all of that. So let's go first with fear. Fear. Like I said before, I dealt with a lot of fear. You guys got to understand how to control this. Why are you scared? Especially if you live in a good country. Why are you scared? You get to wake up every day. You know what you need to do. You know the inputs you need to do. All you have to worry about is making money for food in your small little online business that you're running, and that's it. And then you guys can grind. So there's no reason to be fearful. There's no reason to be scared at all. And obviously, like it says in the Bible too, you guys don't need to be scared. The Lord God, he will like literally give you peace. There's no reason to be scared whatsoever about anything. There's literally no reason. So very, very important that you guys understand that fear is just basically you telling yourself subconsciously that there's something that I need to be afraid about. But why do you need to be afraid? Really think about it for a second. Why do you need to be afraid? Now, maybe it's like, well, dude, I'm afraid because if I don't make this amount of money in this amount of time, then, bro, I'm not going to be able to pay rent. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to pay my car payment, whatever the fuck it is. Most people, what they fear will never actually happen. And second to that, if you guys fear what's going to happen, that will probably take place in your life. If you guys fear that you're going to run out of money, well, guess what? You're probably going to run out of money because your subconscious is going to focus on that. Your mind's going to focus on that. So you have to switch that immediately. If you guys don't switch it, you're fucked. You are literally fucked if you guys are scared. With me, you guys think if I just stayed scared, I would have got anywhere? No, because then I wouldn't have got on the sales calls. I would have been scared on the sales calls. I probably wouldn't have closed anybody. Being scared is fucking bullshit. This ties back into the confidence thing. If you guys have a confidence like nothing else, you're not going to be scared. You're not going to have fear. You should not have fear. You guys should walk through life knowing that you're the fucking shit. If some guy comes up to you, unless he's a fucking professional fighter, but you have to fight some guy in the fucking middle of the street and he's going to fucking take your girl away. He's going to just grab your girl. You got to have the mental capacity to be not scared, to be like, nah, I'm gonna fucking beat the fuck out of this guy. I don't give a shit. Or fucking shoot him. You guys can't be fucking scared about anything. Because if you're scared, you're not going to get anywhere. It's not going to benefit you in any single fucking way at all. Like when you handshake someone, some of you guys have no confidence where you're scared to fucking handshake someone because they're more intelligent than you or stronger than you or look better than you. Don't be scared. Look at them in the eyes. With me, I'd never break eye contact. Never. I'm always, every single time, the last person who looked away. Now, it's not like me being a dick, but it's just to show you, like, I'm fucking confident in myself. When I look at you, I shake your hand and I look you in the eyes till you look back, till you look away. It's just a mental thing. And it also has to deal with sucking people's energy. This is actually a topic I was going to get into. Sucking people's energy, which is, it sounds bad, but it's not a bad thing. When you shake someone's hand, you look them in the eye and you shake it for a little too long and you have a good grip, this person on the other side might be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Or like, bro, what, like, you know what I mean? You're taking their energy. Do you realize how that works? And if you can use that to your advantage, you're going to do very well in business, you're going to do very well in sales, and you're going to probably feel better. You're going to feel like a fucking G. So very important. So emotional control, you guys can control your fear easily. Your ego, okay? Ego is a big thing. Obviously, I have an ego. A lot of people have an ego. A lot of entrepreneurs, guys that make money online, have perfect. But you got to learn how to control it too. There's a place and a setting for it. And if you're too overly obnoxious, well, I don't know. It kind of depends. It depends like the setting. But obviously, controlling your ego in a good way. but still knowing that you're the fucking shit. What I mean by this is, walk in the room, you know that you're the shit. But when you walk in the room, don't scream and say, yeah, I'm the shit. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's fucking retarded. So don't do that. But you guys understand what I mean by ego. So we went over fear, we went over ego. We're gonna go over doubt. Doubt is a huge thing. Obviously, you guys are gonna have doubts. You're gonna think in a certain way. Well, bro, what if it doesn't work and all this shit? You guys have to have in your mind that no fucking doubt this is going to work. If you guys have that in your mind, we're like, yeah, I know this is gonna work no matter what. Guess what? You are probably going to win. You guys will probably win if you have no doubt in your mind, because doubt is not gonna get you anywhere. And that just literally, it just ties in fear. Like, it's literally hand in hand. Because when you're fearful about, like, let's just say making the sale, when you're fearful about making the sale, oh bro, what if they don't well, that, I guess that ties in the doubt. But when you're fear that, let's just say the guy's gonna make fun of you on the sales call. I actually had this happen to me before. On my first ever sales call, the people laughed at me. It was a chiropractor. He laughed at me at the end of the sales call, and I was so mad after that call. I was fucking pissed. But anyways, guys, so your fear that someone's gonna make fun of you, or maybe even starting the business, someone's gonna make fun of you. Well, that ties in with doubt. Now, since you have fear about someone making fun of you on the sales call, now the doubt's gonna push in, and guess what? You're gonna doubt even closing the deal subconsciously, and therefore you're not gonna fucking close it. It's very, very important. When you guys you fix your mindset the other way, and you have confidence going into the sales instead, and then you don't have doubt, that, oh yeah, I'm gonna close him no matter what. Even if you don't close him, it is still the mindset that installs in you. Obviously, you guys cannot close every single sale. That's not gonna fucking happen. But if you think in this way, where you have confidence and you have no doubt in your mind, you're gonna close the guy on the call, and you have that confidence, where you're probably gonna close him, you're gonna close more deals than fucking not. So that's very, very important. Now, the next thing we're gonna tie into, number 7, so just ignore all this crap. Number 7 is presence, posture, and your energy. Presence, posture, energy. I'm not gonna fucking write it all out. It's gonna take too long. Presence, posture, and energy. When you guys walk into the room, how's your posture? Do you walk with your head down, walking, moping around like this? Do you walk like that? Most people do. You cannot walk like that. As a man, you should walk with your fucking head high and just know you're the fucking shit. Have your shoulders out. Walk with a little bit of sway, not too much, where you look like a Chad, but or like a fucking dickhead. But walk around with your chest high and know that you're the fucking shit. That's how you're supposed to walk. Posture is very, very important. Very important. Your presence matters in the room, and that ties in with your energy. So presence ties into the energy. So if you guys walk into the room and you are present in the room, people can tell you're present. That's gonna give an energy off in the room. There's going to be energy. People are going to feel the energy. So let's say, for instance, me, I walk in a fucking room with a suit on, I look nice, I smell good, I'm sharp. That comes from a place of you are present in the moment. You are present and you have energy attached to you. You're confident, you look good, you smell good. People like that stuff. People like a clean person. So if I walk into a room with a whole bunch of fucking billionaires and I dress like them, I have my suit on, I have my fucking nice cologne on, and I have my AP on, or my Richard Mille, you're falling into that energy field. When you walk into that room, people can catch on to your energy. But let's say you are a homeless person that comes into the room. People are going to get a bad energy feel from that, and they're going to almost feel lower, down, or kind of like uneasy, because it's unfamiliar for that person to be in that type of space. It's the same thing here. When you guys are walking around, your presence matters. Let's just say you go into a restaurant. Let's just say you go into a fucking McDonald's. But you go in there and you're dressed all nice with a Richard Mille, and you look super fucking nice, and you have a suit on, you're jacked. People are gonna look at you and they're going to feel the energy off you because of the way you present yourself and the presence you hold. Also, it is gonna kind of knock people off because the way you look and the way you dress and how you present yourself is gonna be off-putting walking into a McDonald's. It just makes sense. What I'm saying here is your guys' presence matters. Your presence matters. When I walk into the room and I meet someone, okay, or let's say I walk into a conference meeting, my presence is gonna matter. If my energy is low and I'm tired and I'm sad and I'm wearing not the best clothes and I just kind of look like I don't give a shit, well, energy is not gonna come to you. When people, like, let's say you drive a fucking SVJ down Brickell, okay, or a Bugatti, everybody's looking at you. That is energy. That person in the Bugatti is gaining. You guys have to realize that. You can actively take energy from people, not in like a weird fucking science way, but what I mean is like mental energy. Like, you guys are actually like gaining the energy from those people, or I guess kind of science, I don't even know. You guys are gaining the fucking energy from those people. You're feeling it, you feel good. All these people are looking at me with the fucking Bugatti. I feel like I'm the shit. You know what I mean? You feel good. You just feel like a fucking G. That is where it ties in energy and your presence, how you present yourself to other people. When I shake someone's hand, like I said before, I shake it with confidence. I look them in the eyes and I shake it. I shake it hard like a fucking man. I forgot. I was in Dubai. Actually, I don't want to talk down on. I was in a fucking country, and I was shaking a guy's hand. This is for a car. I was shaking his hand, and he shakes it like this, like a little fish. It's like a floppy, sweaty fish. That's how he shakes my hand. Do you think I took that guy with respect? No. When I shake someone's hand, I'm gonna fucking grasp that shit and really shake it and look in their eyes. Nice to meet you. That's how you have to come across. If you're shaking someone's hand like this, bro, like it shows just no confidence. It shows no confidence whatsoever. You guys have to change that immediately. Okay, that's something you guys got to change immediately. Now, obviously, what ties into this is your tone, your body language, and your speech. I already went into. So how you're talking to people based on the different settings. If you guys are in, I don't even know, just let's take a conference, for example. You go into the conference and, you know, you're dressed nice, you're already looking good, your posture's good. How is your tone in the room? How are you acting to other people? Are you acting subtle? Are you acting confident? Or are you acting scared and are you acting out of like, you know, I guess like victim mindset? And I used to be like this. I used to have the victim mindset, or feel like a victim, or feel scared, or no confidence, and kind of like I'll roll up in like a little ball, like in my little fucking mental shell. You guys have to walk into the room knowing that you're the shit and that your tonality is good. So when you talk to people, be direct, be confident in your speech. When you say something, you mean it. Don't be too quick to speak, but listen. That's where wisdom comes from, listening. And then when, you know, you can, you know, it's your turn to speak, you speak, but you speak with confidence and you speak directly and you speak very, very intellectual, very important. If you guys are meeting successful people or whatever it is and you're speaking like, you know, like a gang member, it's probably not going to work out too well for you. So you guys got to speak with confidence. You got to speak directly. Now, is there times that, you know, bullshit and talk around and crap like that? Yeah, of course, but that's with your buddies. That's with your friends. When you're meeting successful people and you're actually talking to wealthy people and people that are built from success and everything like that, you have to speak direct. You have to be confident and precise in what you're saying. So to the next thing. So what we're gonna do is whatever, Dior sweatshirt's ruined. I don't even care. It's how much I don't care. There's an ink on my Dior sweatshirt now, but I don't give a fuck. So it's number 7, number 8. Okay, very important. Freedom and wealth. Freedom and wealth. Okay. Freedom and wealth. So freedom, wealth, freedom and wealth. So what you guys got to do is you got to be very, very vigilant and understand your time, your money. You guys got to understand your time, your money, and your life. Time is super important. What are you guys putting your time into? You guys putting your time into seed oils? You guys putting your time into jerking off? Are you guys putting time into pointless women? Are you guys putting your time into fucking video games? Are you guys putting your time into scrolling? Are you guys putting your time into sleeping? What are you putting your time in? This is so fucking important. And what I mean by this is, don't be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna work. You have to put your time in the places of work for it to work. You can't just put your time into sending emails manually, 3,000 emails a day manually. That's not a good use of your time or hard work. What I mean by time management and using things effectively would, let's say, sending an email automation, making sure you send out 3,000 emails, but it's automated and fucking sends 3,000 emails in an hour. That is something that is very, very good. And that's how you use your time effectively. Using AI. This is the most thing you guys don't do. You disregard AI when it's probably the best fucking tool you could use in business. I use it every single day and print for my clients with using AI. And this is something you guys got to understand. So time, and I'm running out of time because the fucking sun's about to set. So time, we went over that. Where are you guys putting your time? You have to put it in the most successful places possible. So let's say you're running an agency. You have to put, what's most important is putting your time into acquisition, team hiring or building a team, and sales. Because guess what? That is going to move the needle forward to you guys making thousands of fucking dollars. Service delivery and all that shit, that's great. But you guys can do that at night. During the day, between like 8 a.m. all the way up to 7 p.m., you guys should be focused on acquisition and fucking closing people. Now, sometimes you guys are gonna have to take calls at night or really early in the morning. You know, I get that. But you guys gotta use your time very, very effectively. You don't wanna be spending your time doing fucking bullshit. Super effectively, be precise. Be precise with your time. When I wake up, I know exactly what I have to do today and the time I'm going to do it. If you guys do not have this set in stone, then you're gonna be all over the place and your mind's gonna be fucking scrabbled. It's like the game fucking Scrabble. That's what it's gonna feel like. It's gonna feel like shit, okay? So you guys gotta understand that, okay? Now, controlling the money. Where is the money going? Where is the money going? Now, do I spend a lot of money? Yes. Do I spend a lot of money on bullshit? Yes. But there's a certain mind trick that you guys have to have when you do this. So let's say I want to, you know, fucking go to Dior and ball out on 10K of Dior in Dubai, like I did. When I did this, I thought of it in a certain way, okay? I thought money as abundant. And when I was buying this stuff, first off, it's going to make me more money. Because when I think about spending money and I believe that it's abundance, I'm going to make it back. Well, guess what? I'm going to make it back. That's why I don't have a problem spending money. That's why most of you guys look at me, Marco, and Kiwa like, holy fuck, you guys spend so much money. Yeah, I spent $108,000 in a single fucking month. And you guys might be like, how the fuck do you even do that? Well, I knew I was gonna make that money back and I easily did the next month. So it's coming from a place of abundance. You guys have to be grateful for tapping the card. You guys have to be grateful for putting the card on the fucking, getting gas. For instance, okay, some of you guys might be thinking like, oh, I'm only gonna put half a tank in. Why? Why only half a tank? Why not the full tank? Like, you scared of the extra maybe 30, 40 bucks? Like, who gives a fuck? You guys are gonna make that shit back. That's the mindset you have to have. But also putting your money in smart places, investing, shit like that, very, very important. All of that is important. But as far as the money aspect goes, you guys have to have a very, very clear mindset of this, is when you spend money, you know you're gonna make more, especially if you're making a lot of money, you're making it for a reason. Money isn't fun without spending it. That's why we make it anyways. But obviously it's to build wealth, and you guys can put that into investments, real estate. It's very important. I know a little bit about that stuff, honestly, not too much. I just know I have money in different places, but I have someone that, does that for me and that I talk to. So money, super important that you guys understand that and using it wisely, okay? Life. What does life really look like in freedom? Well, honestly, for me, that looks like, having a wife, having a kid, having kids, and then, making millions of dollars every single fucking year. And then I have a very, very nice house, and I have a very nice car, and, I have a very, very good life, and I can travel the world and basically be on an infinite vacation. That's the type of shit I want. Now, maybe that's not what you guys want. Maybe you have different plans, but you want true freedom and true wealth. True freedom and true wealth comes from where money is being printed every single day and you guys don't even have to put in the work. You guys can retire with millions. Generational wealth too, where your kids can retire with millions and your wife is taken care of and they're in, her family and your family. That is what actual wealth is. That's really freedom. The freedom when, let's say, I'm in fucking Singapore and a volcano explodes and I want to leave immediately, and some people just don't have any money and they can't leave and they fucking die. But for me, I can, get my family, jump out of a Rolls Royce on a fucking private jet and dip back to America or go to Dubai, wherever the fuck I want to go. That's an example. I don't want to live in Singapore. But what I'm saying is true freedom to do anything you want. Or let's say a whole bunch of shit goes down in the country you're in and you have to leave immediately. Well, guys better have money, because if you don't have money, you might not be able to leave and then you're fucked. That is what true freedom is. Or when I want to fucking go on vacation, or not even vacation, I have an infinite vacation. I already have an infinite vacation, to be honest. But infinite vacation where I can go anywhere I want. Let's say I want to go to Dubai for a month with my family, or no, I want to go to fucking Switzerland for a month with my family. That is freedom. That's the freedom I want. Maybe that's the freedom you guys want, where you feel that, where you can drive the car you want. You can have the women you want. You can have the fucking watch you want. You can buy anything you want and it doesn't even matter, right? You guys can buy any food you want. That is what true freedom feels like. And what is holding you guys down is the 9 to 5, because you're mentally stuck and you're mentally in a place that you really don't like. So what I mean by this, it's basically a mental cage. So in America, you're free, obviously, but you're really not. Because think about it. Oh, I can only go on 2 vacations a year. That's what my job says. It's the free time I get from my job, my 9 to 5. So John said, yup, yeah, boss man Aaron. Yeah, he said I only get 2 weeks of vacation this year. What the fuck is that? What is that? For me, I can take a vacation anytime I fucking want, or I don't have to work if I wanted to. That is where true freedom comes from. That's the true freedom you guys probably want to feel, or where you don't have to conform to things. For some of you guys only get a certain level of the car you want because of the amount of money you make. If you're making millions of dollars, it doesn't matter. I could buy any car I want. I could have literally any fucking car that I want. So that is where the freedom comes from. That is where true freedom comes from. When you got, holy fuck, bro, I've been talking for so long. Holy shit, it's gonna be a crazy fucking video. So much fucking value, bro. I get like no views, but I have so much value. Guys, so back to what I was saying. Freedom, okay, freedom. You guys got to build multiple income streams. Don't put your eggs all in one basket. Have multiple different fucking businesses. In case one goes shit or shit hits the fucking fan, you have other businesses that are constantly bringing you money in. Okay, now it's really fucking windy. Hopefully the guys can still hear this, but you guys got to, make sure your business is scalable. That's very, very fucking important. You guys make sure your business is scalable. Very, very scalable. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go into the next thing because the sun is going down and I gotta finish this video up. It's getting kind of windy, so I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but now let's go over the next one. It's gonna be number 9. It's gonna be kind of your guys' like identity, let's say. So identity, or you guys could, I guess, say non-negotiables. We're just gonna do NN for non-negotiables. So you guys have to set standards for your life that you will not bend. For instance, hygiene standard for probably every one of you guys, hopefully, is brushing your teeth every morning. A standard for me would be fucking working every single day, working out every single day, eating clean food every single day. This is a standard and you have to set that in stone, because if you break it, well, guess what? You're gonna feel like shit. Mentally, you're not gonna feel good. And therefore, bullshit's gonna fucking happen in your life. For the days that I don't eat good and I don't work out, mentally, I feel fogged, first off, because of the bullshit I did. And second, I don't feel good about myself. I feel like I disrespected myself because I have such a high standard for myself where it's like, I have to do this. And if I don't, I'm a fucking loser. Like, actually, that's how I think. And I have non-negotiables every single day. Doing what you need to do. Reading my Bible every single day, that's a non-negotiable for me. Working out every single day, that's a non-negotiable for me. Working, actually working, putting in work, taking sales calls is a non-negotiable for me. Recording is a non-negotiable for me. Eating clean food is a non-negotiable for me. Every single day, that's a non-negotiable. You guys got to keep that promise to yourself. The camera's about to die, so I have to hurry up. And you are this kind of person. It's not maybe I am, you are. You guys might have a paradigm now where you are the person of, oh, I am this person of I'm scared and I have no confidence. You guys, some of you guys are so fucking cooked you believe that. Why the fuck would you believe that? Why in your mind would you mentally believe that? Why would you put that trap on yourself? There's no reason for that. You have to have confidence in yourself and you have to get up every single day and know you're the fucking shit. Every single day I wake up and I look in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, I'm Zeke Hemmila. I know who the fuck I am. I'm fucking jacked. I make a lot of money. I know who the fuck I am. I'm a fucking G. You guys have to walk around with that every single day because if you don't, you will be mentally cooked for the rest of your life. Your wife won't respect you. Your kids won't respect you. People in the world will not respect you. That is the thing you guys have to get. It's hard nowadays. It is. If you want the fucking girl you want, you're gonna have to compete with all these other guys out here that have the private jets, that have the nice cars, take them on fucking vacations to Europe. You guys are gonna have to compete with that. Because if you can't and you don't have that, well, guess what? Guess where that hot girl's going? She's not going with you. She's going with the guy that has the fucking money, that has the bands, that invited her, hey, let's go on a private jet to fucking Monaco. Like, come on, bro. She's gonna pick him over you any fucking day. Now, it kind of sucks that's the reality, but it is what it is. And if you guys want to play the game, you have to play the game somehow. You have to play the game somehow. And maybe the driver for your guys' life isn't women. I mean, that's fine. You know, it's not for me either. But what I'm saying is if you guys want the girl you want, you're going to have to compete, you know, for that person. Or not really compete. I'm just saying, like, you're going to have to build yourself up to make the man you want to be so that woman actually desires you. So she desires you. So identity, non-negotiables, you guys got to understand this is very, very important. But anyways, guys, this video is super long, basically an hour long. Camera's about to die. So I'm going to probably do another one of these where I'm going to go in more depth. Besides the point, okay? If you guys want to make thousands of dollars online, just like literally every single fucking person in our coaching program, every single person in our coaching program makes money. It's fucking ridiculous. We've had guys make over 10, 20, 30K the first 30 days with working with us. And we have multiple people doing it. And guys hitting 50, 60K a month, like in their first couple months of business. It's insane. They're not even from America. Some of them are. So if you guys actually want to learn how to become the man that you want to be and be in positions like this or other guys that are teenagers making and what their parents make in a month and what their parents make in a fucking year, then hit me up. I'm going to get you guys. Comment down below if you guys want to, you know, obviously get into this. It's just social media marketing. That's literally what me, Marco, and Key would teach, and we're very, very good at it. Or you can hit me up on Instagram at Zeke Hemmila. I'm going to just DM me like YouTube or some shit, and then I'll know you guys came from YouTube. And then I'll text you and we could possibly get on a call, you know, to see if it's actually going to be a good fit in the first place, because we really do vet who we work with. Because we want to make sure that you're the type of person that's going to win. If you're a lazy fuck and you're fat, you have no ambition in your life, we don't want you in our program. We want someone that's a go-getter that actually wants to make money online and actually wants to improve themselves and their life for the better. So if you guys are actually interested in that, then hit me up. I got you. But for now, that is basically the video. And we're going to definitely do another one of these because this is pretty fucking fire. So yeah, speak to you guys in the next one.